Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. Today, actually, we're going to try something new. Jamie, our usual host, is not here today. So actually, I thought it'd be great for me to bring on someone who I like and respect, another local SEO expert. His name is John Kitts. He runs a site called CityScoop. And John, how's everything going?
Great. Thanks for having me on today, Adam.
Sure. And John, I guess let's go right into it. What is CityScoop all about?
Well, we're a very unique approach to the whole world of SEO. And we actually guarantee first page local organic rankings, large scale rankings for a very low cost service. And we're actually the top ranked website for local business news searches on Google in the United States. And we outrank websites like the New York Times and CNBC and Reuters on some of these local business news searches. And as you may know, it takes a lot of strength to rank on a search like that. Mm-hmm. And we use that power in a very unique way to push our clients to the top of the search engines in their local markets and drive traffic to them and get their phone ringing. And we have some people that do real well and generate a lot of leads. We don't guarantee any kind of leads, but we guarantee a lot of exposure for a low cost. And that's kind of our unique approach.
So do you do anything with the client's website? Where do they exist online, these hits?
Right. So it's going to be people looking for local service providers and products, just going and doing a Google search. Anyone from looking for a local plumber to a massage therapist, etc., auto repair. And so part of what we're doing is we're providing a really strong backlink to the client's website. And it's not just the backlink, it's actually an RSS feed. So it's more than just a normal backlink, and it's plugged in right off of our big news hub. So we're giving it a lot of power, if you will, with our link. And as you might have read in places, you really don't need a lot of links. You just need a couple really good links. So we bring a really, really good, powerful link to the party, if you will. Okay. And part of that, though, is that we in adding some horsepower to the client site, we do need to do some traditional on-site SEO. And at the very minimum, we want to optimize and make some changes to their title tags. And at the very minimum, that's all we need to do.
So the title tags on their own website?
Correct.
Okay.
We can actually push the site up without actually touching it. It's just a lot easier if we can get in there and make some basic tweaks to the code.
Yeah, I bet you find. Can you tell me what's the number one thing that you find wrong with a website that you look at?
In terms of
mistakes that have been made.
Right. Well, the title tag goes overlooked a lot.
Yep.
And
Wait,
that's definitely one of them. And I think
shouldn't I just put home on my title?
Yeah, I know, exactly. It just says home. That is oh man. And the hard part with that one is you let the client, the person, the owner of the website know, and there's a little bit of devastation there sometimes. So I try to lay it down a little bit lightly. Well, it's not the end of the world. We can fix this quick, kind of thing.
So exactly what does a client do when they sign up for your service, and what happens?
Well, everyone's got a blog these days. Some people are actually using them now. Okay. But most people don't find anybody's content if they don't already know them or they don't go to their own website. So really what you're getting with us is a guaranteed way that the material, the blogs that people put out to our platform, and when they're plugged into our platform, they're going to hit the first page of Google. And so that's how we can guarantee people will find them, interested people.
Okay. So the people who use your service, they're creating some kind of blog content on a regular basis, or is it one time only?
Yeah, it's the minimum. It's a weekly blog to kind of qualify for our guarantee. That's the parameters it's built around. But think about like a big powerhouse news outlet, and they have all these writers and columnists. That's kind of our model, is we're plugging someone in and saying, hey, we have a very powerful platform. We want you to be our exclusive content producer or contributor for everything about your industry in your area.
So if I'm a general contractor or something, or a law firm, for example,
Exactly.
what's the process for us to start with you?
Well, they can contact one of our resellers
Okay.
in their area. It would be the first place to start, or they can look for information on our website, and we can appoint them to the right person in their area. But there's an easy sign up. There's information on our website. We have a 5-minute demo video that quickly explains kind of an overview of how the whole thing works. So you can get information pretty quick and make a decision pretty quick. And again, it's pretty low cost. So for a lot of people, it makes sense. And one thing that's important to mention is that it will not in any way conflict with any existing marketing or SEO programs that you might already have going.
Okay, that's good. And so what's the website address? So
CityScoop.com, CityScoop.com.
Okay.
You'll find that we have information that is towards small business owners as well as franchises and organizations. So we help franchises on a national level as well as just every small business owner in small markets as well. We can help them too.
So the idea is, if I'm looking for a service, I type in general contractor in my area, that the top results on that first page, one of those is going to be your CityScoop listing.
Yeah, and usually one of them's the goal is to push the client website up to the top. But yes, one of them will also be CityScoop. And we're not guaranteeing any specific search. We're actually guaranteeing large scale first placement. And through kind of some of our process and a little bit of quick education, we want our clients to understand that people don't just type in general contractor or plumber. It's hundreds or even thousands of iterations. And the best way to get a lot of traffic is to show up in as many places as we can. And so that's kind of our approach is more of large scale ranking. So while we don't guarantee any one specific search, that's an exact example of a type of search where we would typically be able to create rankings for some of those general ones.
Wow. Okay. So I know I've seen this work. It's great when someone does a search and you see your clients mentioned not just in the Google 3-pack, but directly under there with their website, directly under that with CityScoop, and then directly under that with Yelp, and directly under that with the other directory listings. Finally, just the last one, what's the main differentiating factor between yours and I don't think there is another service like this that I've seen. So
I've not seen anything that's anything really close to our specific model. I mean, technically our big vision is to be the first nationwide and worldwide newspaper without an advertising model built in, where there's ads all around the content. And that's maybe for something else for another day about how that all works. But kind of the byproduct of what we're doing is we can get people up to the first page, and it's really truly a win-win model where Google's getting great content, we're getting a flat rate, and our writers, our contributors are getting to the first page for an unbeatable rate. And it only gets stronger as we add more content and more writers and we really look for people who appreciate that win-win model and are going to be able to contribute, because we can't just take, as you know, there's only so many spots on the first page of Google. Yeah. So we can't have more than one individual business owner in an area. So there is limited space.
Get in fast.
Yeah, exactly. So,
wow. This is a cool business model, and it's a cool. It's cool because it also follows all of Google's rules. So that means if there's an algorithm change, if Google suddenly pivots and says, they find out people are abusing some kind of system, they usually do. This doesn't violate anything, right?
Correct, and that's a great point to bring up. Quite the opposite. We are, the core fundamental goal of a search engine is to provide a free search result better than the next search engine competitor. And Google does that better than anybody, as we all know. And so they make more money selling ads. So really our goal is just to help Google make money, insofar as if we help make their results better, more people are going to use them and they're going to like us. So, every time, like you said, every time they make changes, it's usually to try to get all the spammers and the people to trick them out of there and the real stuff at the top. So usually when they do updates like that, we actually benefit from those and we see our guys pop up even higher.
Yep. I've seen it. That's great.
Last thing I want to say that you said before was, what's kind of the difference between having this versus, a Yelp listing or stuff. There's lots of ways to get yourself on the first page. But with CityScoop, everything on the page you have control of, from the content part to the advertising space, which is very unique. So
that is,
in like a yellow pages or a Yelp, where there's going to be 6 other businesses that could potentially lose the prospect to. CityScoop, you have control of that space. So I think that's very different.
That's great. Okay.
Cool.
We're going to wrap it up there. Anything else, John? You good?
Thanks for your time. I appreciate it, Adam. And
no problem.
You have a great day.
All right. We're going to wrap it up there. If you want to visit us on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. That'd be sweet. If you want to go to our Facebook page, send us a message through our Facebook page. And you can expect an answer to your question on an upcoming podcast. That's all for now. Thanks, everybody.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.